Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? I'm a bit more dressed up this time. Even though this isn't really a tie, it's it's something I pulled out of the closet. Gives a bit of sense of more, even though it's just say pull down and all that, more sense. So this time we're looking back at another episode of one of my adventures with Dr. Who. With episode blank.
Why?
I've got something they want.
What?
A key. I took it last time I was here. They followed me to get it back. I led them to the blue box. Now they've got that.
Give them the key.
I'm gonna check.
Which is in a way considered a bit of a classic. So, before I get to talk about it, I have a question for you. We are for you. So in this episode, the 10th Doctor, is trapped in 1969 and tries to communicate with a young woman in 2007, Sally Sparrow, to prevent the statue-like Weeping Angels from taking control of the TARDIS. Sparrow and her best friend's brother, Larry Nightingale, must travel a set of cryptic clues sent through time by the Moon Doctor, left in DVD Easter eggs.
People assume that time is a strict progression of cause to effect, but actually, from a non-linear, non-subjective viewpoint, it's more like a big ball of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
Started well, that sentence.
It got away from me, yeah.
When I think of, say, episodes that are, Dr. Light episodes, this will be one of them. But also, when I think about this too, if you had never seen an episode of Doctor Who, this would be an episode where, say, you could totally just immediately get into the world based on this episode, especially if you like the world of horror. This is a science fiction show, but this episode also has its connections in the world of horror, in that when it comes to the science fiction aspect of it, at the beginning, say, the episode opens up greatly with, her, revealing everything on the wall. It has all the words and all that, say, messages. They are going to give her ideas which she can find out and such. And when, she ends up, saying, telling her friend Kathy, say, hey, let's go check out this place. And, at first, she is gone for a bit. And this idea would be, used later. And especially when it comes to a companion, in a way. And, in the episode, Angels in New York, I believe. But I really love the idea of this, that, when, in fact, say, it can send you back into time, and all that. So, she ends up meeting her friend's grandson.
My dearest Sally Sparrow, if my grandson has done as he promises he will, then as you read these words, it has been mere minutes since we last spoke. For you. For me, it has been over 60 years. The third of the photographs is of my children. The youngest is Sally. I named her after you, of course.
This is sick. This is totally sick.
And during that time, telling her, say, hey, go here and meet this person and all that. And the Doctor says, it is a big bunch of wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey ball of stuff. And at the same time, you can say, yeah, it's dramatic as can be. Because, say, you just saw this person, and then suddenly, someone's knocking on the door saying, hey, I'm your friend's grandson or something like that. And eventually, like, she meets a cop who is going to tell her, like, say, hey, like, I'm going to help you out because, at first, in this case, the character of Billy flirts with her, tries to tell her, like, say, hey, like, you should be careful about, going that way. To that house because we've had issues with folks going missing. And yeah, like you say in the fact, like, at first, like, um, we discover, like, say, that he has led a wonderful life, and at the same time, it is, like, say, a bit of, like, say, a classic science fiction in that, like, say, you just saw, like, a person, and then suddenly it feels like, say, time has not passed at all for you, but for them, it has felt a lot longer.
She looks nice.
Her name was Sally, too.
Sally Shipton.
Sally Shipton.
It's like, say, suddenly, like, say, you have like, you have moved away, you have uh done new things in life, but suddenly when you go to back to meet a friend, it's like, say, wow, like, things have totally changed and all that. And I really think this episode does a great job when it comes to the use of suspense. In that, like, say, when the doctor's, like, giving them, like, say, information that they can use to have, like, all the details that are he's going to tell them about the angels, like, say, their whole backstory.
Statue things.
Creatures from another world.
But they're just statues.
Only when you see them.
What does that mean?
Lonely assassins, they used to be called. No one quite knows where they came from, but they're as old as the universe. Or very nearly. And they have survived this long because they have the most perfect defense system ever evolved. They are quantum locked. They don't exist when they're being observed. The moment they are seen by any other living creature, they freeze into rock.
And it works really, really well. I mean, I remember talking about this episode, in, like, say, scariest Doctor Who episodes, modern ones, and, like, say, the moment in which, like, say, Larry isn't being told, like, say, don't look at the thing, don't blink.
Don't blink. Don't even blink. Blink and you're dead. They are fast, faster than you could believe. Don't turn your back. Don't look away, and don't blink.
And then every time he's like, say, like, he can't do it because it's just in his face. It's like, say, someone in front of you, but you can't, like, you're in captive, in a captive mode. At the same time, I really, like, say, when both Larry and Sally are trying to get away and they are able to get to the TARDIS to try to send it back. And I do like saying the fact, it kind of at first plays with, like, a horror trope of, like, say, folks are trying to get away, like, they made it, they are safe and all that, except the angels are holding on to it and all that. But the one thing that the doctor says in this episode, like, well, maybe, he goes, like, say, hey, don't let them look at themselves. So what's happened, like, when they look at themselves, they are trapped. And, yeah, I like that idea, the fact that, like, when they are stuck, they cannot move. So it basically feels like it's, like, say, it's able to stop them. And eventually, the doctor does show up and, like, saying, hey, like, like, oh, hey, this is my future, your past, wibbly wobbly. And at the end of it, I do love the little call at the end of it, in which the doctor is, like, saying, be careful and all that, because suddenly, like, at the end of the episode, it splices up to a bunch of sequences in which we see a bunch of statues on it, even though they're not weeping angels. Is the idea of a statue anyway? Like, say, if you look at it,
Blink and you're dead. Don't turn your back. Don't look away. And don't blink.
like, I have, like, say, a giant head figure. It's probably not made of stone, but I'm not taking my eyes off you over there. But this episode is a bona fide classic. Yeah. See you next time.